What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Got a little light. Kind of shiny right there, you know? That's that lip balm, fam. Women love it. Women love it. Anyway, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Fam, we got a crisis in America. Teenage suicide. Teen suicide, just young people killing themselves in general. They ain't got to be 18. You know, people in their 20s, early 30s, you know, killing themselves, feeling like, you know, they can't go on any further because of what other people think. And this is what I see often, fam. The people who kill themselves, they're killing themselves because of rejection and what other people think. Think about this, fam. What these other people think is based on their perception or their rules of society or societal norms. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Worth is in the eye of the beholder. Now you understand beauty, but let's go to worth. When I was in my 20s, late 20s, I had an opportunity to buy a bunch of property in my neighborhood where I grew up at. And I could have got the property really, really cheap. I mean, like pennies on the dollar. I didn't see the value. I didn't see the worth in it. My kid's mother told me to purchase the property. You know, she a little bit more refined than me. You know, she, you know, mechanical engineer, business graduate, stuff like that. You know, she business degree, that kind of thing. But she understands it a little bit better than I did at the time. I don't see it because nobody else sees it. Nobody else is buying it. Nobody is moving into the hood. Nobody's building in the hood. So I don't see the vision. Family, it wasn't even 10 years later before developers started coming in the Fifth Ward, buying up property. And when I say they bought it up, they was scooping it up like that. Acres and acres and acres of land. And they pretty much had a lock on it, and they shot the prices up so fast. The prices shot up on them so fast, I couldn't keep up. So I missed out. So now I'm coming back in like everybody else, jumping on the bandwagon, buying property in my neighborhood where I grew up in at a premium. Could have got the property. Let me give you an example. I rode by this property last week, and it's a lot. This lot is probably like a quarter of an acre. Let me back up. It ain't even a quarter of an. It's what I'm tripping. It's not even a quarter of an acre. It's like 2/10 of an acre. This dude wanted $295,000 for that lot. When I was growing up, not when I was growing up, but when I got to the money in my late 20s, I could have bought that same lot for $1,500. This is why it's important to have vision and see, because vision is seeing what others don't see. You know, if I had Man, I still kick myself for that, fam. I kick myself every day for that. But hey, you live and you learn, and I got my eyes set on some undeveloped land right now, and I'm gonna make a move on that. And I think the come up is gonna be a whole lot bigger, but you got to think long term. You have to think long term. The long play for me is building a legacy, leaving something for my children to cultivate, that they can inherit, that their children can inherit, and on and on and on and on. When I'm talking about breaking the generational poverty curse or habit, I'm talking about breaking it for real, like putting the structure in place so that even if I had a generation of F-ups, they couldn't blow the bag. That's where trust and estate planning and all that stuff come into play. I ain't playing, fam. I ain't worked this hard. I'm not putting in the kind of work I'm putting in right now to lose it all. Let somebody come along and blow it. I don't care who they are. So my money gonna have stipulations. But going in on this topic, fam, this is a very, very sad situation. We have Dazhariaa, TikTok star, committed suicide. Wait a minute. Hold on a second, fam. Hold on. I got to do something. I got some house cleaning to do. My bad. My bad. Fam, make sure y'all let me know where y'all coming in from, because y'all haven't been letting me know lately. I like to know where my people coming in from. Let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing. This is very, very important to me. I like to know where my people are coming in from. I need to take care of something real quick, fam, so don't get mad at me. I got to do this before we go any further.
Rising, known online as D, died on February 8th, 2021 at the age of 18. Her father announced the news on TikTok 2 days later with a slideshow. Rising TikTok star Dazhariaa Shaffer, known online as D, died.
Okay. All right, fam. Okay, getting back on this topic of this TikTok star, Dazhariaa Shaffer. She was known as D on TikTok. She took her life after posting an Instagram video saying that I'm annoying y'all. This is my last post. She had people on her post calling her ugly, and she took it to heart. She hung herself in her house because of strangers, people she ain't never met before, opinion. Her parents confirmed her death by suicide on social media. Her dad went on social media and thanked all of her fans and the people that's been supportive. He said, I only wish she would have spoken to me about her stress and thoughts of suicide. Fans, of course, paid tribute to her. She had over 1 million followers on TikTok. So here's the thing. She had over 1 million followers on TikTok. And I'm sure most of those people were supportive of her. I'm sure she went down the line. Oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Oh, I wish I had your looks. Oh, what do you do to keep your hair looking so nice? Oh, I like that shirt. I like those clothes. Oh, those shoes. This. You know, I wish I had your life. I mean, people say stuff like that. So many people, but it's the negative comments that we take with us. Why is that, fam? Like, why is it that we can get 100 compliments in a row? Okay, let's make it reasonable. During the course of a day, we can go out and feel good about ourselves. You know, we're looking good, we're dressed nice, we think we look good, and people are complimenting us. But it's the one person that don't compliment us that we worry about. It's almost like we're dismissive of the affirmative compliments. You know, we're offended by the compliments, but the criticism we take to heart. That's what sticks out the most. That's what we put a lot of stock in. It seems like that's what we really value, the criticism. That's what we focus on. All these people told us how nice we look. And we worried about the one person who didn't say anything, or the person who said, what's wrong with your hair? I like the other style better. And now we focus the whole time. Now we thinking, damn, should I change my hairstyle? Because there's one person's opinion. This girl, she said, she posted a video of Pretty Girl Rock by Carrie Hilson. Carrie Hilson. So in that song, she's singing, "Don't hate me because I'm beautiful." This is her last post. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. That's some of the lyrics to the song. Ironically, it appeared that she hated herself the most. She is the one who hated herself. Like nobody else killed her. Nobody hated her enough to kill her. But she hated herself enough to kill herself. It makes you think when you see so many people on social media, you know, smiling, dancing, laughing, looking like they're living their best life, and they seem like they got it all. She had the looks. She had a boyfriend that adored her, a father that doted over her, a mother that was constantly praised her. And so she had a good core base. Not sure what kind of friends, what her extended friend circle looked like, but it just seemed like on the surface, she got the life that a lot of young girls would want. But she took her own life. People need to understand that self-confidence is more important than looks. So many people put all of their worth and value into how they look. And we all know that looks are fleeting. They don't last. They're temporary. This is why character is more important. Success, for the most part, is fleeting. You get on top, there's always somebody who's going to replace you. I don't care how big you get. And you may get big to the point where you become a legend in your own field of work. But there will be always the new guy, the new girl, and they'll get the most attention. And yeah, you'll be revered or you'll be known or whatever, but this person was still, that's the new it person now. no matter how big you are. As big as Beyonce is right now, there's going to come a time, and I suspect within the next 4 or 5 years, that that's going to be a bigger it girl in pop culture. And the only reason why I'm saying 4 or 5, because Beyonce is such a hard worker that, you know, she's like, she loves what she does, and she gonna make it hard on the next person to knock off. But, you know, with age comes, it comes the time to fall back, you know, and it ain't necessarily by choice, it's by force, because entertainment industry is a young person's game. You know, the music industry is a young person's game. So you take somebody that's younger and talented, may not even be equally talented, but they're younger. And the young people are the ones who are buying the music. So they're going to want to support somebody who's closer to their age. And this is why Beyonce replaced Janet Jackson. You know, Janet Jackson, who did Janet Jackson replace? Let me think, who would have been the it chick? I can't even think of an it chick before Janet Jackson, like one it chick. You can't say, I wouldn't say Diana Ross, because I think Diana Ross was well before Janet Jackson. So it has to be somebody right before Janet Jackson, and she became the next it chick. Paula Abdul, maybe? No, I think they were around the same time. But anyway, I can't remember. But you understand what I'm saying. With this, when it comes to this social media stuff, you have to take your bitter with your sweet. You have to be able to shake it off and keep going. You got to be able to know that, okay, you got to be like this. This is how I am. And you can't get too high on yourself. You can't get too low on yourself. You can't ever get caught up in reading your own press clippings, because once you do that, you know, you start becoming something that you're really not. You start living in a fake world. You got to stay even keeled. Never get too high, never get too low. Never get too arrogant, never get too humble. It is a such thing as being too humble. So never get too humble, never get too arrogant. Egos are good. So this young woman, 18 years old, killed herself because of what some nothing ass person on the internet said. I can guarantee you the person that's talking down to her couldn't hold a candle to her in the looks department. Any dudes that's talking down about her couldn't get a chick that looked like her. Couldn't get a chick that looked like her to save his life. So they find joy in attacking people who they can't have access to. They find joy. I'm talking about the trolls. They find joy in trolling people who have the life that they want. These are the trolls. I'm going to share my screen with y'all and show you some pictures of her. And let's see. Okay, where are we? Where's my? Okay, here we go. Show you guys some pictures. Let's see, share screen. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So there she is. She looks like a regular girl, you know, chilling at home. Just graduated high school. Looks like, okay, parents said on Tuesday that she died by suicide. She is pictured on her graduation. This is her and her father. They were real tight. And she is again, looks like at school. Her and her father. Okay, her grandmother. Her and her grandmother goofing around. This is her and her boyfriend. Yeah, that's it. 18 years old. She took her life because of what somebody said. Somebody she don't even know, some nothing ass person on the internet said, a troll, the low life of society, a bottom feeder. Worried about what a bottom feeder says. She took her life over a bottom feeder. Do you understand that when she killed herself, the bottom feeder celebrated? And the bottom feeder is now focused on the next person that they're so sick that some of them, they get off to people killing themselves. They get off to knowing that they was able to shake a person up so bad that a person decided to end their lives. This is how low down these mutts are. They can never shake me up like that. I shake their asses up like that, though. I'll put a juke on their ass like Barry Sanders. Yeah, they could never break me like that. We have to learn to compartmentalize the bitterness. We have to be able to compartmentalize the criticism, just as we have to learn to compartmentalize the compliments, the praise. Because if you live by the likes, you die by the likes. Let me say that again. If every day you wake up and your life is determined by, your happiness is determined by how many people like your page, like your video, like your post, or how many people compliment it. If you're going to get your kicks off of that, you're going to have a lot of disappointed days. So if you live by the likes, you are going to die by the likes. When the likes stop coming, you die. As long as the likes coming, you're fueled, you got life. But the moment they stop, you die. It's just like making records. When I was making records at the height of my career, I never thought, you remember the BBD song, I Thought It Was Me? I Thought It Was Me to Make the Girl Go Wild. Come to find out she's like that with all the guys. I never thought it was me. I thought it was me who made the music, who gave people some music to dance to, music to ride to, music to listen to. But when it came to the females, I never thought it was me. Like, they like me for me because the line is, down the hallway at the hotel, there's 20, 30 women waiting to visit me, to come in the room and talk to me, get an autograph, get a picture, whatever. I never thought it was me. I ain't that big of a fool. If it was me, I would have had a line before I started making records. Now, I've always had good taste in women, so if I did have a girlfriend, she was a stunner. But I never had no line of just beautiful women just all the way down the hall waiting to visit me, like waiting to just get an autograph or a picture with me until I started making the music. So it was the music. It was the music that made them do that. It was the enjoyment that they got out of the music that was made. And I knew that when that music was no longer being made, or it was no longer, if it wasn't on the radio, or, you know, if it wasn't exposed, then I knew that that would tail off. It would never completely tail off, because once a celebrity, always a celebrity. You know, you're always going to be able to get action once you're a celebrity. But it's a different level when you're at your height of your career. So I've always been able to keep that intact. And that's why when things did go south, did tail off, I never lost it. I always kept my same type of energy. I never decided I'm finna go rob a bank. I'm finna get on drugs. They don't love me. They don't love me. I'm drinking myself to death now because people ain't running up in droves asking for autographs. When I first left the Ghetto Boys, well, the first and only time I ever left the group, for 4 years, things were hectic. I mean, I kept doing solo stuff, but it wasn't on the level of Ghetto Boys. And when I rejoined the group, before the record came out, well, let me put it like this. I went to the radio station to talk to the program director. And I asked him about doing a show. This is before I rejoined the Ghetto Boys. I asked him about doing a show about maybe 6 months to a year, something around, it was months ago. I asked him to do a show, a talk show. He told me, okay, well, I'll get back with you. Well, I followed up a couple of times. He never got back with me. When I got a buddy that works at Billboard magazine. So after we did the record, and the record was like getting ready to come out, I called my buddy just prior to the record coming out. I mean, just prior to the Billboard edition coming out. And he gave me a heads up that we were going to debut at #1. With that information, I called the program director and I told him, I said, yeah, man, what's up? What's up? Man, we debuting at #1, right? And he said, oh yeah. He said, man, that's great. I say, man, I still want to talk to you about doing that show, man. Hey, when you want to do it? How many days a week you want to do it? You want to do 2 hours or 1 hour? What do you want to do? So I negotiated everything on my terms because he knew that my value had risen again, had rose once again. He knew my value had risen again, So he knew it was up there. So, and I knew it was going to be up there once that Billboard came out and the record hit. But I didn't hold it against him. I just understand how this thing goes. So I knew that I had the power. I knew I had juice, and I used it to my advantage. I went in there and did what I had to do and had the #1 radio show on the channel for the next year before I left. So I know how to compartmentalize things. I know how to keep a balance, not get too high, not get too low. Just, keep it even keel. This is how you survive the tough times in life. This is even when you got a little money and you got a little money, everything going right for you. That's when you listen. That's when you listen. A lot of people don't listen when they're winning. You're supposed to listen when you're winning. A lot of people don't listen, and then they make mistakes because they get too cocky. Now, when you're losing, oftentimes people do a lot of listening when they're losing, because they ain't got time to do anything else. So they're listening when they're losing, but they're really, really down on themselves. And oftentimes they're so down on themselves that they can't even pull themselves up enough to get focused on whatever goals that they have. They can think about them, but they can't get focused enough to actually put the work in to achieve those goals because they just feel like the task is so daunting. They feel like the task is so daunting. So they just don't do anything. And but wallow in sorrow, right? So the idea with this social media thing, social media is a beautiful outlet to express yourself. It is a beautiful outlet to express yourself. But you have to know how to take the bitter with the sweet. You got to be prepared to take the bitter with the sweet. There are people online who ain't gonna have nothing to say about you until they think you're winning. Once they think you're winning, they're gonna come for you. These bastards are the worst of the worst. But that's all they do is try to find people that look like they're winning, look like they're successful, and try to go in and try to discredit them. Just some self-hating, rotten bastards. And you can't really do nothing about it but give them what they want if you can ever, if you get a line on them, then you give them what they want. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, fam, there's so many of them, fam, you just keep it moving. And the best thing to do is when you come across them and they jump on your platform, block them. Block them, get them out of the way. As soon as another one comes, block them, get them out of the way. Just do that. And they'll get an idea for what kind of platform that you have and understand that this ain't the place to come, with your rotten ass character. They'll get that. They'll understand that. But if they think, it's just like going to somebody's house. You ever notice, like, it's some people whose house you can go to and everything goes. You smoke, you drink, you cuss, you can be disrespectful. Hell, you can even fight every now and then. Other people's house you go to is very respectful. You can't just do whatever you want to do in their house. You're mindful of that these people carry themselves in a certain way. This person carries himself in a certain way. You're not going to be able to do that at that person's house. Hell, you can even go to some people's house and, you go in the bathroom to use the restroom. You damn near don't want to touch the toilet because it looks so nasty. If you piss on the stool, you might not even wipe it off because it's already piss on the stool. Other people's house you go to is so clean, it looks like they just installed the toilet. You don't want to be the one to piss on the toilet and leave it there. So what do? You and that motherfucker looking like a maid, trying to make sure it's just like it was before you walked in. Right? Going into the comments. Who was it? Bree? What's up, Bree Perez? Sauce God. Jermaine Hicks. Was that? Hold on. Now I got that wrong. It's not Jermaine. That's Jermania. Jermania. Okay, Jermania. Okay. We know your daddy's name. Josephus Robertson. Bam LBC, what up? If you're just not joining, fam, we're talking about TikToker Dazhariaa, who killed herself. Dazhariaa Shaffer, who killed herself after being bullied on social media. She died on Monday. Her parents confirmed that she did die by suicide. She hung herself. And this is hard to, it was hard for me to read, so I know it's hard for him to experience. The father said, I only wish she would have spoken to me about her stress and the thoughts of suicide. You know, a person who commits suicide dies once. The people that they leave behind dies. The people they leave behind die every day because they're haunted with the thoughts of the unknown. Like, why? Trying to find an understanding as to how did it get that bad and what is it that I could have done differently? Like, could I have just inquired about suicide? You know? Every single parent on this live right now, you have a responsibility to talk to your child about social media. If your child is on social media, and don't think your child is too young to understand what's going on. If you got a child on social media, I don't care what age they are, they can be 4 or 5. Talk to them about bullying. Don't just talk to them about the boogeyman, the rapist, you know, the child molester who may be trying to creep in. Don't just have that conversation. Have a conversation about bullying, because bullying on social media affects every single person on social media. Everybody can relate to that. Some of these trash ass clowns have tried to bully me, and that shit is hilarious to me. One time, some fool jumped in my DM talking about, I see you in the pro-black space. I see you in the pro-black space. I'm paraphrasing. It was a long time ago. I see you in the pro-black space, doing your thing. Get at me. Get at me so we can talk about. You know, your role in all of this. What he said, something like, basically, fam, he was trying to act like he was one of the gatekeepers, right? Say, fam, let me concentrate right quick. Excuse my French and pardon my vernacular, but you know what I told him? Nigga, fuck you. The hell is you telling me talking to me like I gotta check in with you? Fuck you. And I kept it moving. And I wish man, you better get there. Who the hell do you think you talking to? Bullies all over social media, fam. They're everywhere. And you know why? In America, it's so bad. America is a bully society. America got to the top by being bullies. And when I say America is a bully society, I'm speaking of the people in American society. These Congress people, these city officials, these businessmen and women, a lot of them have the bully mentality. These bullies have children who bully. They teach some of them get excited when they find out their kids are bullying people. They don't reprimand them, they reward them. They like, in their mind, that's what I'm talking about, only the strong survive. They're bullies. And then you get to people who've been bullied. A lot of times people who've been bullies, they turn out like people who's been abused. A person's been physically or sexually abused. They hate it, but they can't break the cycle. They become sexual abusers. They become physical abusers. They become exactly that which they hate. They become. Because hurt people hurt people. So it's the same thing when it comes to bullying. Somebody get bullied, now they get on top, they get enough money, they get enough clout, enough power, whatever it is, position, and they bully other people. I've even seen it in business. I saw somebody who worked in a professional space. When they first came in, they were at the bottom of the totem pole. Everybody would just talk about him, they just rag on him, talk bad about him. Well, this guy rose. He rose up to a position where he now has people under him. Now, when he first came in, he was green, real nice guy, easy to like, but he got bullied. So guess what he did? When he got the power, he started bullying people that was under him. And that tripped me out because I was like, I don't even know this guy. But the bullying got to him so much that the first chance he got to bully, he started bullying other people. I wish I'd have had a chance to talk to that girl. I could have told her how to run this. Sometimes you got to put something on a bully's ass. Sometimes it ain't just worth ignoring. Sometimes you got to have luck. Latoya Young, what up? Sarah, if you feel like leaving, you know you can go. But why don't you stay until tomorrow? If you want to be free. Ooh, man, that's a cold song. What y'all know about that song? Sarah. Is the name of the song Sarah, or is it Smile, Sarah? Smile, Sarah. That's it, boy. All in those. Woo, man. That's a cold-blooded song. Sarah, Smile. Oh, won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? Cherie Brown. What's up, Cherie? Katrina Watson. You got that right, Miss Sean. The secret is to win. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Google Ghetto Boys. Google Ghetto Boys, The Secret. Anybody in the streets, that should be a mandatory song for you to listen to. Even if you're not in the streets, The Secret. Telling you exactly what it is. If you want to navigate through this life with minimum damage and maximum win, check out that song. Cleo, what up? Kiala Smith. Edward Rivera, what's up, Edward? And you also, fam, there has been at least 4 really known, popular TikTokers who have killed themselves since the summer. So that lets you know, again, you know how we people say money can't buy happiness. We say that all the time. And people who have never had a large sum of money before, never really had money, it's hard for them to understand that, right? It's hard for them to understand how money can't buy happiness, because they think that, well, I've had everything except money. You know, if I just had money, everything would be okay. But like Biggie say, more money, more problems. You just have to learn how to manage it. So if you can't manage your happiness while you're broke, you're not going to be able to manage your happiness when you're paid, when you got money. You got to know how to be happy with no money. Think about what I'm saying. More money, more problems. You got to learn how to be happy without money. Not saying that you're happy that you don't have money, but while you're on your journey along the way, you have to figure out where your happiness is and do things that make you happy along the way. So you can have a big goal, and if you set your goal, if you have a lofty goal, and maybe it take a few years for you to achieve that goal, and all of your happiness is determined by whether or not you achieve that goal, you may get there, you may not. Either way, let's say it took you 4 years to do it. That's 4 years of unhappiness, unnecessary unhappiness. But if along the way you set a lot of little minor goals, perhaps you want to be, I don't know, let's say you want to own your own business. Let's say that business is let's say you want to own a restaurant. And you say, I got to go to own my own restaurant in 5 years. That's your big goal. Well, along the way, you can have smaller goals, like, for instance, maybe one of your goals is to clean out that garage. You can have a small goal, like, okay, I'm gonna go get my BA. I'm gonna go to school for a couple of years and get a BA. Smaller goal, right? Maybe you can say, I'm gonna go to a restaurant convention, right? And you can have smaller goals, like even along like small daily goals, like, okay, this is my 5 things I got to do today. And you mark them down and you do them. Goals accomplished. Every time you accomplish one of them goals, you feel a little better. You ever notice how when you have a list of things to do, the more things that you have to do that you don't get done, you have a certain level of anxiety. But when you get them off your plate, you feel better. That's what I do. If I got things to do, I try to knock it out, get it out of the way. Even just as simple as making a phone call that I need to make a phone call, and these type of things I got to close the tab on. Oh, I said I was gonna call this person, because every day that I don't call this person, that task is still undone, and it caused me just a little bit of anxiety, just a little. So I got to make that call, get that out of the way, boom, So that's how I operate. I get the task done. I get it done. I go to work. Kumo D. I go to work. Who is this? Sister Soul, what up? What up, Sister Soul? What it look like? Deshaun Thomas coming through on the Cash App. LaDonna Morris coming through on the Cash App. What's up? What's up, fam? Appreciate y'all. Raymond coming through on the Cash App. Joyce coming through on the Cash App. Keith coming through on the Cash App. George coming through on the Cash App. And Kenneth coming through on the Cash App. What up? Appreciate y'all, fam. Y'all hit that Cash App up all at one time. If you're just not joining, fam, we're talking about TikTok star Dazhariaa Shaffer, who committed suicide on Monday by hanging. She did so because she was being bullied. 18 years old. Her last post, caption, "I'm annoying, y'all. This is my last post." I don't know if she's saying, "I'm annoying, y'all. This is my last post," or "I'm annoying, period." You know, like, I'm annoying. This is my last post. In any event, the post is a video of her singing Carrie Hilson's Pretty Girl Rock song. And in the post, she says the ominous words, "Don't hate me because I'm beautiful." And so some people were calling her ugly, saying that she don't look as good with no makeup on and stuff like that. So she took her life. The trip part about it is the person that trolled her, that's the one that we could have really done without, right? That person gets to live. And the person who was just trying to live her life dies. How utterly heartbreaking. My thoughts are with the family. My thoughts are with the people that were inspired by her, the youngsters who followed her and were inspired by her. Look, fam, she's not the only girl who is cute, who's pretty, who thinks she's not, who's so caught up in what societal norms are, what other people think, that she goes and self-harm. Or some women, they try to alter their appearance because of the opinion of one or two people or whatever. Like everybody sees them as beautiful but them. So it's amazing how it doesn't matter what a woman looks like, what a girl looks like. Almost all have problems with self-esteem. And I'll tell you this, it doesn't matter how much money a man makes. Almost all have a problem with self-esteem. This is why you can have a dude with no money who is quick to fight, to be violent, aggressive, because he don't have nothing else. So he feel like, hey man, well, I might as well do this. I might as well knock somebody out and give me some attention. This is why a guy who has a bunch of money will say something bad about somebody who may not have as much money as he have, say, well, I can buy you. No, you broke. First thing come out their mouth, they start bragging on their money. They can't brag on themselves, their character. So they brag on their money. which means that their money is more important than they are. And a lot of them know if they didn't have that money, they wouldn't have people laughing at their jokes. They wouldn't be able to have to marry a male bride and have children, have a child, and live in the White House. They know. And this is why they have such horrible attitudes. They're narcissists, but they're not really like born narcissists. They're conditioned narcissists. They're conditioned based on the fact that they've seen that money gets them certain places, so they put everything into money. Everything is about money, because other than money, they have nothing to talk about. They have no depth. They can't talk about world events. They can't talk about biology or arts. They can't have a decent conversation that doesn't have something to do with money. Gary Taylor, what up, Gary? Jay Prophet, what up? Damian Holland. Dear Dana says, I figured it has more to do with her inability to help her mother to get clean and sober. She kept trying over and over and over again. No, it may have something to do with it, but no. Kids don't kill themselves because they're trying to help their mother get sober. People don't kill themselves because of that. In any event, fam, that's it. That's it for. Or if all the people who loved her, if only she loved herself. All right, fam, I'm out of here. R.I.P. Dazhariaa Shaffer. Until next time, fam. Enjoy the rest of your evening or morning, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.